Hey, welcome to today's YouTube Live for the Steady Trader. I'm spending a few days here in beautiful Italy doing some research here for a very big week in the stock market, and I wanted to go through a couple of numbers that I think are important to keep in mind as we prepare. So this week we have the biggest earnings period for certainly this earnings season. Some of the large cap technology names that are reporting are Google, Facebook, Amazon, Microsoft. And just these four names alone make up 35% by my math of the NASDAQ 100. And that in turn is important because technology stocks, which is to a good extent the NASDAQ 100, makes up about 20% of the S&P 500. Scarlett, you want to say hi? Hi. So that's why that's important, is because technology stocks are such a big part of the S&P 500 that when you have a big earnings week like this week, where we're essentially a lot of these sort of lump risk is based on tech in the broader market, we really have to take note. And as always, you know, we always talk about preparing trades, and I mean trades, not longer term investments, once earnings have come to pass. So I think there's going to be plenty of opportunities this week in post-earnings trades. So we have to see some of these numbers come out from through the lens of technical analysis. I'm not going to go through that here in this video today. I don't want to do charts today. We have things like the semiconductor stocks that real crucial support. The NASDAQ 100 itself still trading above some major long-term support lines. So I still think very overbought through the lens of at least maybe a few weeks, a few months, maybe a couple of quarters. So there's still, in my opinion, plenty of downside here in these kind of names, not because they're bad companies, but because the comparisons of earnings, both top and bottom line growth, are going to get more and more difficult here, particularly now in this quarter. So in my mind, and I just wrote this to some clients this morning, to our coaching clients, the earnings comparisons are now much more difficult than they were the past few quarters. So this earnings season is not just, this week's of earnings is not just important for this earnings season, but also is probably one of the most important weeks, if not the most important weeks in terms of earnings for the past few quarters. Again, because the earnings year over year are now going to get much more difficult to compare to the numbers from the quarter 1 year ago. So that's something you have to keep in mind. We thematically, just so you know, we did take our large cap technology, so the QQQ, NASDAQ 100 investment themes off the long side. So we're no longer bullish on those through a multi-week, multi-month lens, at least not right now. We don't think that part of the market can go to sustainable new highs for the time being. And again, a large part of that is probably due to the earnings and both top and bottom line comparisons that are getting much more difficult. So this is a big week. That's about all I want to say today. Make sure you're prepared. Again, there will be trades setting up. I have no doubt about that. We will be sending out real-time trade alerts to our clients in the clubhouse and coaching clients, advisory clients. Just make sure whatever you do, don't try to gamble ahead of these earnings reports. These stocks can move a lot, and they in turn can move the broader market a lot. So that's it for today. Have a good start to the week, and we'll see you guys in the next YouTube Live.